the unity of Africans is a threat to Europeans.
Do you know what scares the government more than protests or riots? The people uniting. Let's talk about the Rainbow Coalition, the movement that they tried to erase from history. In 1969, Chicago, Fred Hampton, just 21 years old, looked around and said, hold up. Poverty, police brutality, trashy schools, those aren't just Black problems. They're everyone's problems. So he brings together the Black Panthers, the Young Lords, which are a Puerto Rican activist group, and the Young Patriots, which are a group of poor white people with Confederate flag patches. They combined to feed kids, fight slumlords, and demand better schools together. And that scared the hell out of the FBI. Here's where it gets real dirty. The FBI had a secret program called Counter Intel Pro. Say it with me. Coin Intel, short for Counterintelligence Program. Their job was to spy, to sabotage, lies, tear apart the movements from the inside. Black Panthers, MLK, they were all targeted. Native activists, feminists, anti-war groups, all targeted. Fred Hampton, they called him a radical threat because he was uniting poor people across colored lines. And in 1969, they killed him, shot him in his bed, 21 years old. But Fred said it best. You can kill a revolutionary, but you can't kill the revolution. Let that sink in. So when people say, we're too divided, remember, that division was intentional. The Rainbow Coalition wasn't a dream. It happened, and it can happen again. Imagine the power if we stopped letting them divide us. What's really stopping us besides the usual system is rigged against us stuff? I mean, have a great day. Bye.
Grand rising kings and queens from Africa and across the ocean, welcome back to the channel. I love you so much and thank you for being here. Thank you for the subscribers who are subscribing. Those who are coming back, I love you so much. New subscribers, I love you. Now, today I'm bringing to you one of the most powerful and important message of our generation. Our generation. We are witnessing something the world has tried to stop for hundreds and hundreds of years. We are witnessing something so, like I would say what? So spiritual, okay? Black people from Africa to the Caribbean, to Africa, to the Europe, we are uniting, we are united like never before. This is something that they have taken hundreds and hundreds of years to stop this, but it is happening right in front of our eyes right now. And let me tell you, the unity is threatening the very, very foundation of white supremacy globally. And that's what we're going to talk about in today's video. Okay? But before I go down into that, I want to tell you something. We have something that we call global awakening. And this is a fact. For centuries, they worked day and night to keep us divided. For centuries, they have been working hard to make sure that Africans, Caribbeans, and Black Americans are not uniting. They told Africans that Black Americans are lazy. They told Black Americans that Africans sold them into slavery. They told Caribbeans that they are better than Africans and African Americans. It is called divide and conquer. That was their number one strategy. When I come back, I'll tell you why. Because we are learning. But before I go down into this video, before I dive with my commentary, I want you to watch these clips that I've shared here, that I've shared with you. I want you to watch it. And please, 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 I beg you to stick up to the end and see what we are talking about. Let's watch this one.
Black Americans be like, Africans don't like us. And Africans be like, y'all think we live in the jungle. Meanwhile, both of us was lied to by the same colonizers, okay? They divided us so that we argue over accents while they took cultures, minerals, and magic. Newsflash, they fear a united diaspora, okay? Because if Black Americans linked up with Africans, that's power, land, legacy, and truth in one room. Can you imagine the power that would come out of that? We don't hate each other. We just don't know each other, okay? And that built entire systems to they built entire systems to keep it that way. Wake up. We're not enemies. We're the mirror. It's a lot of Black Americans that I grew up with that, but oh, my mom and my dad are both Black, but I'm light skinned, and there's no mixing between us. But then, as soon as a light skinned African person say it's a problem, y'all need to go and check that, okay? Check that and let me know what's the issue. What's the issue? Please let me know.
The unity of Africans is a threat to Europeans. But the day we are united, all of this suffering will come to an end. These borders you see today are artificial borders imposed on us by colonizers who went into some conference and decided to divide Africa amongst themselves. That the British will control here, that the French will control there, that the Spanish will take this push. Divided Africa, not because they had the interest of Africa at heart, but they were pursuing their own colonial conquest of Africa. Africa is not a continent per se, it is a country.
All right, racists, let's talk. Normally I would be talking to racist white Americans, but today I'll be talking about racist Mexicans and racist Native Americans, since you're both the same people. I think you guys are under the impression that you have some brute strength or some Captain America Marvel type strength. Let me remind you, you are not as strong as you think you are. I'm really sick and tired of you guys walking around in public acting like you are the toughest people on this planet. Really acting like Black people don't exist. I had the pleasure of witnessing a Black man get approached by a very delusional Mexican man. And if you guessed that he got the taste knocked out of his mouth, he did. Right after this interaction, he tried to circle around all of the employees around the store, asking, "Oh, did you see that? Oh!" Immediately became a victim when he was the one that approached the Black man. This is how you know that we're in a different time, because literally every single employee in there was Black and had this man's back. I don't know if you guys are seeing this where you live, but I'll just say this. If you are not on the side of Black people, you are in trouble. I can tell you firsthand, God's people are not playing with you guys. If you are racist or you're harboring a lot of hate in your heart, you seriously better be careful, because they are not scared of you. From what I've witnessed today, they are absolutely going to tell you when you are disrespecting them or when you step out of line. You will learn your lesson. That day, in that moment, live time, you will be correct.
You know, Donald Trump will probably be accredited for a lot of things in history, especially once they tally up all of his atrocities committed against humanity, committed against society, committed against the American government and its people, its citizens. But one of the things that I dare say that he might also be accredited for is finally removing the last bit of distractions that kept the African American community divided. I'm not gonna lie, since the election, one thing that I've definitely seen that has been thriving is the unity of Black people like none other. Every time I look into my comment section, my faith in unity within our group is it's reaffirmed. It's what's the word? I have reassurance, even, you understand, especially not just unity within the African American community in itself, but unity between the African American community and the African diaspora. You know, I'm so happy because, not to be cliche or anything, we're gonna be all right. We really are going to be all right. And it's not even no shade. I'm not even like trying to be cute when I say this. We really are going to be all right. Every time I post a video in my comment sections, it's flooded with African American people, Black people, Caribbean, African descent people, like literally in America talking about, we're going to be good. We're going to be fine. So while I'm pretty sure Donald Trump doesn't want to be accredited for something like this, I'm pretty sure the plan was to always keep us divided, you understand? He unfortunately, with all of his policies, with all the little distractions that he's taking away, is making us become united. Like, once we found out that all of these programs that being removed actually never even benefited us, and then the removal of it just shows that you blatantly do not give a fuck about the African American community or the Black community or the Hispanic community or any community of color, the immigrant community. Once we saw that, we locked in. We said, oh, okay, I'm not going to spend no money over there. Oh, you don't want me there? Okay, I won't apply there. Oh, you trying to, you want to make me unemployed? That's cool. It's all right. I'm going to figure out another way. Like, we really said, thank you. Thank you for the heads up. Thank you for the transparency, because that's something that we've been asking for centuries, you know? And now we're gonna go into our own lane. We're gonna go and create our own lane. And you are not welcomed. That's the best part, is that you are not welcome. There's no more invitations. There's no more extended invitations to any cookouts. Y'all aren't welcome. So thank you. Thank you for finally removing the rose-colored glasses, for finally making it so that we can see clearly. Because now we're locked in.
Let me show you guys why the rest of the world is afraid for Africa to unite. And if you don't believe what I'm saying, every time that we've got a leader, we've got a musician, Bob Marley even made a whole song, Africa Unite. Every time we've got some kind of leader that was preaching Africa Unite, the person disappeared. But let me show you guys why. You see this map on the screen. The outer part is the continent of Africa. And all these countries fit in the continent of Africa. Do you see that? US is there, European countries are there, even China, parts of China. So all these countries fit in Africa. So just imagine how big Africa is. In fact, it all started from a conference held somewhere in Germany called the Berlin Conference, where a group of major European countries met and they decided that they were going to split the spoils in Africa. Africans were sitting in their home minding their own business, and a group of people were sitting down to decide how they were going to divide the spoils. And they took 3 months for that conference. So my question is, African leaders, if they can take 3 months to divide us, why can't we take 3 months to break down those borders? Why do we need years and talking and conference and talking? Think about it. They took 3 months to do this deal, and they broke the continent and said, well, the spoils have fed all of them. The spoils have fed and developed all of them, and their children's children are enjoying, where we have been left impoverished. And they dare say that Africa is not civilized. So imagine that these small countries come together, having like 70-80% of the world's natural resource. And then mind you, some have not even been discovered. Holding most of the world's natural resources, they'll be in big trouble. How to give a little visual for those of you who say that Africa is not poor, right? We are just still being colonized by some people, and Africans are sleeping. But we are awake now. We are waking up. Wake up. Don't sleep. Wake up. This time and this group of Africans are different. We are rising up and we are coming for what is ours.
Welcome back. You have heard the videos that I've played you, and these are videos that are talking about unity, talking about how it is scary. And there's a white lady here. I've talked about how the unity is scary, maybe unity of black and brown people. So when I was finishing, I said that they use divide and conquer strategy, number one strategy to divide black people. And why? Because they know very well the unity of black people equals to power. They know very well the unity of black people is a threat to the system. But today we are seeing something different. We like social media has broken the walls. Black creators in America and in Africa, they are collaborating, and they are doing amazing job. And that's why when I see black people or black Americans and Africans fighting, I feel so bad. I think we should collaborate. We should continue to build this unity that we have between us. We need to build it. Now, if you are so keenly, black Americans are moving to Kenya, black Americans are moving to Ghana, South Africa, Senegal, and they are building bridges. We are building bridges. Caribbeans are reconnecting with African youth roots. African leaders are standing with African American leaders. Example, I'll give you Ibrahim Traore, and a lot of black Americans are choosing right now are choosing to go to Burkina Faso because Ibrahim Traore has what they want. He has the zeal of change, the zeal of liberation. So we are seeing an unstoppable force of black people rising, of black consciousness rising. And this unity is threatening the white system. Ask me why. I will give you an answer. Why the unity of black people is threatening the white system. Let me tell you. For the first time, the African continent is waking up to its true wealth. For the first time, its true wealth is minerals, gold, cobalt, diamonds, and at the same time, black Americans have political influence, the media reach, and the financial resources to build new institutions and to pump in Africa. So we as Africans are waking up in a true wealth on our own origin. And black Americans have the influence, underline that, have the political influence, media reach, and financial resources to build new institutions. Think about it. Will they not be scared? Just think about it. Will they not be scared? Now, what happens when the richest black athletes, musicians, and tech entrepreneurs in America start building in Africa? Building banks, building universities, building hospitals, tech companies, schools. What will happen? And that's what is happening right now. Black musicians are coming here in Africa. They are getting lands. And they are getting it. And some of them have started building schools, go in Ghana, building tech companies, go in Kenya. It is happening right in front of our eyes. And what happens when African nations stop begging for the IMF and World Bank and start borrowing from their own brothers and sisters? I don't know if you understand this. We as African, we stop borrowing from this IMF, borrowing from this World Bank, because the money we are borrowing, the black Americans have this money. They got it. Black Americans are the top most spending, like 6 million or 1.6 million, if I'm not wrong, trillion spending force in America. So what if they spend like that in Africa? What if Africans borrow this money from our brothers and sisters in diaspora? What if these brothers and sisters in diaspora come with that money and build Africa? The white system knows, what will happen if we create our own Netflix? Those are the questions that I normally ask myself. Our own media space, our own global economy, powered by 1.5 billion black people. Just imagine that. Now, the white system knows this. I'm sorry. The white system knows this. And once that connection between Africa and the African diaspora is solid, their control is over. They know that. And that's why you are seeing panic. Even if you are not seeing panic, but there is panic. And that's why you are seeing new media attacks on Africa. That's why they try to label black unity as dangerous or radical. Family, let me tell you, the fear of black excellence, they fear black excellence, but they fear black unity even more. You get that? They fear black excellence, but on the same time, they fear black unity even more. Because if we are united, that excellence will be 1,000 and 1,000 times. And they are trying to stop it. They are trying to stop that. Okay? So, each time I know, even if not all of us knows this, but I know I'm reasoning and think that they're trying so hard to break this unity. Because when I come across the social media, sometimes I see Africans talking like this to Black Americans. I see Black Americans talking like this to Africans. I see them conflicting about the culture, about what and what. And it's petty issues that we are fighting over. And these petty issues that we are fighting over, it continues to keep us far away from ourselves. It continues dividing us. They will say Caribbean is better than Black Americans and Africans, and psychologically it affects us. They will say that Africans, when they go to America, they are better than African Americans. Psychologically, it affects us. When you see an African has gone to America and he is acting bouga towards Black Americans, it pains me. Africans, they are racist towards FBAs. It pains me. I will talk about that. But they are using what we call media manipulation. They promote nonsense, celebrity beef to distract Black Americans from Africa. They push stories of African corruption so that diaspora brothers and sisters don't trust Africa. They use the means of divide and conquer politics. They use immigration to create fights between African and African Americans. We have seen that in Europe and America, Black brothers are fighting. Black brothers are not looking each other eye to eye. They find puppet leaders in Africa to sell out their own people, to keep foreign powers in control, to make sure that it's hard for Black Americans to come in Africa, to make hard for them to come in Africa. They use economic welfare. They put sanctions on African nations that try to rise up. Right now, they have banned a lot of 36 countries. Why are they banning these countries? This is one of the wars they are using, economic welfare. They sabotage African trade agreements. They block African tech platform from growing. So this is what they're doing. And yet, despite of all this, we keep rising as Black people. That's the beauty with Black people. We keep on rising. We keep on sharing. We keep on talking to each other. Today, a Black American will create content calling out African, and African will create content calling out Black American. But at the end of the day, we come together. At the end of the day, there's some people who are more positive. Some are negative, but some are positive. And I'm loving this. We are rising. We are rising, and we are rising too fast. And we need people to pull us up. We don't need people who are pulling us down. We need more and more youths to pull us out. Okay? So, of course, on my research, sometimes I give you some examples so that I can support what I'm trying to say. Because I'm dealing with a lot of people who are educated. I'm dealing with Black Americans, aged Black Americans, Africans who have seen a lot. So that I want to, if I'm wrong, tell me in the comment section. Okay? If I'm wrong, tell me in the comment section. But let me give you an example of already what's happening right now. We have Ghana Year of Return. It happened. It brought back thousands and thousands of Black Americans back to Africa. Many invested, built businesses, and started new lives. Of course, there's some of them who faced challenges and they went back. But most of them are still here and they have positive vibes. They have positive results. So if spiritually you came and you decided, then you will deal with the just few negativity, corruption and everything, and then you catch up. Now, Kenya is now welcoming African Americans. You have seen a lot of African Americans coming to Kenya and creating pathways for them to build businesses and homes. African Americans are here in Kenya buying large tracts of land. African tech leaders are collaborating with Black tech experts in America, creating apps, platform, and financial solutions. So it's happening. These are few of the examples. Musicians from Nigeria, Jamaica, and the USA are collaborating globally. So when you see something like Afrobeat, dancehall, and hip-hop building together to dominate world music charts right now, the white people are dancing to our trends, to our Black trends created from Afrobeat. So we are the soul of the party, as I always say, as Black people. So just imagine, if Black people are the soul of the party, a Nigerian will create Afrobeat, a Black American will create hip-hop and everything, the dance and everything. So in this party, we have everything. We have the culture, we have the music, we have the food, the fashion. So what do we need in our party? We don't need anyone to tell us that our party is lit, because we are the soul of the party. Without Black people, there's no party. I see black creators on YouTube and other platforms are now educating each other about Africa history and economics and black Americans in ways school never taught us. What I'm doing right now, school never taught me this. I never knew about FBA. I never knew about the more about the slavery. I never knew about the Underground Railroad. I never knew about the fight and that black Americans went surviving mode for more than 400 years. You know, I never knew about police brutality. I never knew about mass incarceration. I never knew about low wage pages. I always think that black Americans are having it great in America. Whenever I see black American there, I was thinking that this guy is super cool. But right now, online, we are learning a lot of things. And this is the fear they have. This is why you hear desperate voices online trying to keep us fighting each other. And they are using our own to keep fighting. They are using our own creators. They are using our own black people because they know once this movement fully ignites, there's no turning back. Imagine having a good cook, a good musician, and a good DJ, and a good soldier in the party. What do you need? And we are the party lovers. We are the party ourselves. So we black people, unity that we are creating, it is threatening this system. So kings and queens, this means something. This means something. What you are watching right now means something. It means we have a role to play, whether you are in Kenya, Nigeria, South Africa, whether you are in Jamaica, Trinidad and Tobago, Grenada, Haiti, whether you are in Brazil, Mexico, America or Europe, this is your time to unite with your brothers and sisters. I never said that you need to come to Africa, that it's a must you come and live to Africa, but it's a time to unite with your brothers and sisters. You know how to do that. Follow black creators if you need to, who are building Pan-African or Pan-African unity. Okay? Let's learn about African history. Even the African people need to learn about African history. Let's learn about black American history, Jamaican history. Let's learn what happened to our Caribbean brothers. Let's learn about the, how they went there. They worked on sugarcane farms. Let's learn about the Maroon commandos. Let's learn a lot from our own brothers and sisters so that we can know each other. So because these things, they never taught us in schools. We are learning here. And if you can visit Africa, build with your people. If you can visit, then visit, build your people. And most of all, let's stay focused. Let's stay focused. Let us not fall on this distraction we see on social media. Let us not fall on the distraction that black Americans are better than Africans or Africans are better than black Americans. No one is better than anyone. We are all brothers and sisters, and we need to create a unity and a bond that will never easily be broken, because they are waiting for us to cracks. They are waiting for the cracks so that when they get the cracks, they pass in between there. Okay? So, black unity is not just a dream. This is not just a dream. It's happening right now. You are seeing it's happening right now, and the system that feared the moment for centuries, they are now finally realizing they can't stop it anymore. If we decide, they can't stop this anymore, because we as black people, we know ourselves. I know we are the most forgiving people, but right now I see we are now understanding forgiving peer. It is earned. If you earn forgiving, you are being forgiven. It's not given. Okay, so let's stay with unity. Like this video, share and subscribe if you believe in black unity. Until next episode, peace out.